Hello, this is a message rather than a homily. Today, the Church in Australia celebrates the opening of the Plenary Council. So I encourage everyone to watch the live-streamed Mass celebrated by the Archbishop. You can even go to the official website to find out more about the Plenary Council. I'm going to place the links down in the description. I wanted to give you an update regarding the reopening of our beautiful church of Regina Coeli. As you might be aware, in about a week's time, more things will start to reopen, but only for the vaccinated. Only for the vaccinated. Some of the key religious leaders in New South Wales, including our own Archbishop, have made it clear to the government that we cannot enforce what the government expects us to enforce. That is to check everyone's vaccination status and then tell them that they're not welcome if they're not vaccinated. Vaccination is an important and complex issue, but in the end we are realizing that we cannot apply this form of discrimination when it comes to the house of God. The government understands this, which is why they are letting churches reopen without having to exclude anyone, but only when we reach the 80% vaccination rate. That's the compromise. So our Archbishop has decided that our churches will officially reopen at 80%. And that is expected to happen around the 25th of October, which is about 3 weeks away. In the meantime, did you know that today marks the 100th day of our current lockdown? If I have counted correctly, today is the 100th day of the lockdown. That is a long time. When I was in the seminary, I once spent 30 days doing a silent retreat. And that felt like a long time away from ordinary life. But that retreat had such a profound impact on me that even to this day, I go back to that experience of the retreat and learn something from it that helps me navigate through my current situation. Surely then, the 100 days of the lockdown have had on all of us far more impact than we might realize. Far more impact. Some good, others not so good. Which is why now is the perfect time for us to reflect on all that has happened. All that has happened over the past 100 days. One thing that I learned at this retreat was the fact that there is a distinction between consolation that comes from God and desolation that we experience when we are moving away from God. Consolation nourishes the soul. It strengthens our character, making us more courageous and generous. Consolation fills us with joy and peace that last. By contrast, desolation weakens us, making us more timid and self-absorbed. We might enjoy some things for a while, but the pleasure does not last. It only leaves us feeling more empty and desperate. So over the past 100 days, when did we experience consolation and how? And when did we experience desolation and how? And what can we learn from all this about how to become more open to God's consolation and follow where it leads us? Let's work on this over the coming weeks so that when we finally come to Mass, God's consolation for us will be made perfect in Holy Communion. With this in mind, I wish all of you a peaceful and reflective day, and I look forward to seeing all of you before too long. God bless you.